Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're about to unveil the little secrets behind the celebration. In that moment, Jaizao's heart was racing because, let's face it, who doesn't love a confession, especially from a tall, rich, and handsome guy? After the party, everyone leaves, leaving Jaizao and intoxicated Changji in the VIP room. Seeing him, Jaizao rolls her eyes and hops into Teddy's luxury car before he wakes up. Behind the craziness of the night, everyone except for silly Changji had paired up with their chosen targets. So enviable. Noticing his date a bit tipsy, Jaiwei immediately urged her to join him at the hotel, but she put on the brakes and played it safe. Jaiwei swore, "I promise I'll just hold your hand tonight and nothing else." But before the girl could doze off, he couldn't control himself. Meanwhile, the flamboyant guy and the tough girl also arrived at the hotel. Essentially, they were just all mixed up, but the tough girl felt like she was missing out, so she called the flamboyant one over for some pampering. Flamboyant dude massaged her all night. Annoyed, the tough girl wanted to speak, but he called the cops in a huff. The worst off was Curly, who, upon seeing the girl in such a poor state, lovingly administered a gentle back rub. Overwhelmed with emotion, she felt compelled to return the favor, and so, with a raise of her hand, she planted a sweet kiss on him. If it means securing a night of romance, it would truly be worth it. However, unfortunately, the girl remained quite conservative, and thus, they ultimately decided to spend the entire night watching the plane instead. Just then, a furious Dome burst in and slapped Jaizao, thinking she was trying to steal her boyfriend. Jaizao was furious at this accusation and shot back right away, and the atmosphere got super tense in an instant. Their eyes locked in a death stare, while Changji nervously watched from the sidelines. He was so nervous he could hardly breathe, fearing being the punching bag. Luckily, Dome stormed out. Changji finally relaxed, but seeing Jaizao looking so glum, he decided to switch into his sweet-talking mode to cheer her up. Unfortunately, his earnest performance completely failed to capture Jaizao's attention, and at precisely this moment, Teddy walked in and, without a word, immediately scooped her up. Changji suddenly realized he was just a clown, while Teddy and Jaizao became the ultimate envy couple, glued together. Changji started to feel a bit lonely, especially that one night when Teddy took Jaizao back to the dorm. Things heated up between them, and after things calmed down, Teddy had to dash out, leaving Jaizao alone in the dorm. Not long after, Jaizao felt parched and sneakily went to grab some water, only to realize on her way back that she had locked herself out. With the door opening soon, she had no choice but to seek refuge, leading her straight into Changji's room by accident. Faced with Changji in a screen of pixelation, Jaizao had no choice but to ask him for help, pleading him to grab her clothes from the neighboring room. Changji peeked around and coincidentally came upon two small-time thieves preparing to break in. With Jaizao still in his room, he remained discreet, not wanting to. He cautiously hinted to the thieves that he just needed to grab some clothes from next door, nothing to worry about. The thieves quickly caught on, nodding in agreement, obviously not wanting to cross paths with Jaizao. Suddenly, a car skidded, leaving boxes behind, seen by girls across. They mistook it for three perverts about to jump off and quickly called the cops and fire trucks. Seeing the chaos, thieves took Changji hostage. In a crisis, the SWAT team swooped in. Thanks to expert maneuvers, the trio was caught, Changji hospitalized, but thankfully in good shape. Jaizao rushed to the hospital first because it was all thanks to Changji that this fiasco unfolded, but before they could chat, Teddy and his buddy showed up, and Jaizao immediately waved goodbye to Changji, happily dashing into Teddy's arms. Seeing them so perfectly matched, Changji couldn't help but feel a twinge of sadness. Over the next days, Jaizao and Teddy were inseparable, cruising in luxury cars. They basked in this sweet little world together, while Changji returned to school fully healed. Changji knew he didn't measure up to Jaizao, but never gave up hope. So he planned to get her the diamond ring she loved for her birthday. However, the hefty price tag gave him a headache, forcing him to work at a nightclub with his roommates. Luckily, his buddies had skills, and the wealthy ladies were entertained enough to shower them with tips. One day during training, Jaizayo accidentally took a tumble and found out she was pregnant. She immediately informed Teddy, who evidently had considerable experience with this kind of situation. With a poker face, Teddy accused Jaizayo, asking if it was intentional. She should know better. Plus, who says the kid is even his? Teddy casually tossed her a bank card. Jaizayo's heart sank painfully as she came to the realization that she had finally uncovered Teddy's true colors that had been concealed all along. She hated herself for falling for his sweet talk, vowing never to trust smooth-talking losers again. That night, heartbroken Jaizayo went to the gym, only to find her friends had been waiting for her all along. Jaizayo, come on. Teddy too. Watching the cute scene, Jaizayo felt warm. She didn't expect that flicker of warmth to turn into a sigh of disbelief as they all laughed and had fun, totally oblivious to Jaizayo's furious glare. Just as he excitedly pulled out the diamond ring head prepared, Jaizayo responded with a resounding slap. The entire venue fell silent instantly. Although he ruined the birthday party the next day, Jaizayo still called him. She understood his good intentions and wanted to thank him properly, so she suggested he spend the day with her. He was overjoyed, jumped out of bed, freshened up, and threw on his coolest outfit. What in a twist, he realized he ran out of hair gel. So, he had the brilliant idea and used strawberry jam instead, thinking it would be a fun surprise for Jaizayo. But the next second, the surprise turned into a scare. Jaizayo found herself at the hospital, as the rules state that girls need a male escort for an abortion. So, he became the reluctant escort, and while the procedure went smoothly for Jaizayo, it felt like a knife to his heart.